So, what do you do when you work for a company that is expanding and they want to expand internationally or they want to expand to other markets in the US that don't speak English? How do you align all that? How do you control your communications so they're making sense? Hang on, listen to this video, and we'll give you some suggestions on how to make this work.
Rapport International, professional translation and interpretation services.
So does your company have a corporate strategy? Now, this is where my MBA comes into play, that I really want to look at a company and understand where they're going. Now, if it's a public company, you can look at their public filings and you can find out what the corporate strategy is for next year, what they accomplished last year, where they're going. A lot of mid-tier companies or smaller companies forget that they really need to have the corporate goals in their company strategy for what the year is. So if you do want to grow and you want to grow across non-English speaking markets, then you want to make sure that you have a corporate strategy. And on this, you're trying to define what you're trying to achieve, how you're going to allocate resources, what your budget's going to be for the year, what the focus is, what you're going to call attention to, what you're going to be talking about as a company. This way it helps bring everybody in alignment as to what your corporate strategy is and where the focus should be. Then if you have your corporate strategy, if you get a call during the year that says, okay, we need translation into German because we've got a client there that's demanding it, you go back to your corporate strategy for this year and you say, okay, was this part of our strategic plan to launch in Germany? Now, if it's not, then that helps you make a decision that, no, we're not going to do the translation now. Now, of course, I know there's always outliers. If you're going to double your business because the German market all of a sudden opened up because of a law change, then you reassess, but you've got to make sure that the corporate executives or the board are in alignment with that to change the decision. But at least if you have a corporate strategy, you can go back to, no, that wasn't part of our plan this year. We're focusing on launching in Peru, Argentina, and Mexico, so we're going to stick with Spanish, and that's where we're going to spend our dollars and our energy and our travel and our hiring to support that corporate mission. If you get those other calls, you really need to step back and decide, rather than trying to have the person in charge of translation or marketing communications decide whether or not it's in the budget to do. So once you've had your corporate strategy, you'll also need to have a marketing plan for the year, and this would include your marketing strategy. If the corporate strategy is to launch in the Spanish-speaking countries, what does marketing need to do? They need to create content, they need to have outreach, you might be doing conferences, and then where are you going to be doing them, and how can the Spanish outreach support that? And do your personas or your target audience, do they align? Is the message that you've created for English gonna align with the Spanish-speaking markets that you're looking into? And remember that Peru, Argentina, and Mexico, even though they're all Spanish-speaking and they may be able to use the same translated materials, that depends. And we can certainly get into more details on that on another video. But are they, does it need to be localized, which is very specific to the country and the market, or can it be globalized, which might be more of a technology or engineering or something much more business oriented that you could use one Spanish? And do those messages work across all of those markets? And then if you're going to test it in English, it doesn't mean that those tests will automatically carry over into the other language. So make sure you're developing the time to test it in the other languages and the markets too, to make sure your marketing is working. These are all parts of developing your multilingual strategy, and so translation really should work tightly with marketing if your goals are outreach, to make sure that it's going well. In the companies that we've seen it do well is that the globalization people are included in the strategic planning, in with the marketing, and it's not an afterthought of, oh yeah, we need to get this translated. So as you go through this, start with your corporate strategy, bring the people in that are going to count, look for any weaknesses that you might be able to have, and then make it a company mission as to how you're going to move forward with your multilingual marketing. Hope this helps. We're always available for a free consultation, a multilingual marketing assessment, discussion on your document forms translation. And if there's any other videos you'd like me to do, please feel free to list them below, and please comments. I'd love to hear back from you. Thanks. Bye.
If you found this video helpful, please share it, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you like hearing fun language and culture facts and goofs, use the link below to subscribe to our bi-monthly Tidbit newsletter. And of course, visit our website for more information or to schedule a free translation assessment.